A 12-time champion, as athletic director for the University of Texas, DeLoss Dodds tames another opponent at home.
Oh, I'm a maintainer. I mow, I edge, I keep the flowers up.
Dodds leaves the sports strategy tables at the end of a workday and puts a new plan of attack on his own yard. He prides himself on the lush green lawn, which is the backdrop for the colorful plants, flowers, and water features sitting on the cliffs overlooking Austin's majestic Barton Creek. His love of tending the garden came from a lighthearted challenge from his own father-in-law.
It got started with when I was dating my wife, and this was more years ago than we want to remember, but my father-in-law had a pretty good yard, and he did not want me mowing it or doing anything with it because he thought I didn't know how to handle it. And when we moved to Austin in '81, we found a nice home out in Onion Creek, and it had a great yard. And he came down and looked at that and told my mother-in-law and told Marion that there's no way DeLoss is going to keep that yard up. So that was kind of the incentive to get into it.
It was a challenge,
basically. Yeah,
basically.
It was a challenge, and once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. And then ever since then, everywhere we've been, I've done the yard.
Well, yes, he definitely taught him how to mow. Because he'd stand out in the yard and say, now go this way and don't do that. And so, yes, he definitely gave him all his mowing techniques.
When the lawn and garden areas around the pool are scoring high points with his wife Marianne, the baton is then passed, and Dodds works on areas that are out of bounds. Outside of his gated part of the yard is the most phenomenal vista.
I like to work across the fence, on the Barton Creek side of the fence, and work back there where I can see down in the creek. That's a pretty area to work in, a real peaceful place.
A secret special garden path lies above the bluffy drop to the creek basin below. It's both magnificent and overwhelming. It's this natural rugged beauty where Dodds escapes. It's a place to reflect, unwind, decompress, while trimming and pruning on the rocky edges, conquering nature.
I just enjoy being out here. I've got nobody giving me advice, and unlike my job and work, and it's peaceful, and it's a diversion from all the things I do at work.
This part of the property is a fierce opponent for any gardener, and given the serene overlook that Dodds meticulously grooms, he remains undefeated. For the Austin American-Statesman, I'm Clare Miers.